Versailles, March 23rd, 1778. Sire, the firm response given by your uncle, His Catholic Majesty the King of Spain, to the audacity of the English concerning their colonies in America confirms all the more the reason we had for receiving Benjamin Franklin. Moreover, it strengthens our ties of friendship even more. To recognize their people as a nation in their own right, as you have so clearly done.
Still working, my dear Vergennes.
Dear Duke, I don't have to tell you that the position of Minister of Foreign Affairs doesn't allow any slacking off.
But I hope the matter isn't too serious.
As a matter of fact, it is. It's been now 2 years since the 13 American colonies proclaimed their independence. And there is no time to waste. The insurgents need all our help to free themselves from English domination. You seem lost in thought.
I expected Europe to like the Americans, but I did not expect an open support. The matter seemed too uncertain for the old continent to get involved. To put it another way, I expected everyone to support them secretly, but no one openly. And I still can't believe that the King of France committed that much to the insurgents. It always seemed obvious to us, but the hypothesis was so crazy. And since yesterday, the march is now irreversible.
Indeed. Yesterday has been a day that will go down in history. The presentation I made to the king of the 3 American plenipotentiaries, Benjamin Franklin, Silas Deane, Arthur Lee, will undoubtedly remain one of the most memorable moments of my service to the King of France. And I'm not telling you anything new when I say that Franklin, the man with the price on his head in England, left a deep impression on me.
Franklin impresses me. Just think about it. A man of almost 80? At the peak of his powers, coming on the other side of the ocean to defend his cause after a lifetime devoted to his inventions? An inventor?
Yeah.
A creator, a legislator, a liberator, a scholar.
I agree with you. The personality is remarkable.
Remarkable.
And this simplicity just left lasting impressions on the court. Some might have been surprised to see the 3 Americans in the prestigious setting of Versailles. And yet, the friendship that bound us swept away any prejudice. And when the king recognized them, their presence aroused both curiosity and respect, and the solemnity of the moment was felt in the brief but also profound exchange they had with the king.
May I?
Of course.
I would like you to assure the Congress of my friendship. I hope that this will be for the good of our 2 nations. Vergennes, it's quite simple. This sentence, so direct and yet so historic, by which the King of France, who had only met the delegation for a few moments, recognized the American nation, was pronounced with more grace and better care than I had yet heard from the king. With those words, time stood still, and the destinies of our 2 countries were linked forever. And what can we say of Franklin's answer? Your Majesty may count on the gratitude of Congress and its faithful observance of the pledges that it now makes. In 2 sentences, all is said and history is made. And before our very eyes, a diplomatic inventor has been transformed into a statesman, thanks to the audacity of a monarch and a court who foresaw the exceptional aspect of such a struggle for freedom.
I'm really glad to hear it. Those are no ordinary insurgents we have welcomed. And the unshakable will they demonstrate in their desire for independence makes us forget all the prejudices some might have had. And I have to tell you something. Receiving Franklin was not a worldly act, but a political one, in the noble sense of the word. With this gesture, the King of France is the first to recognize them as a nation and welcome them as friends. The face of an old inventor became, for the moment of a meeting with the king, that of a youth of a nation ready to do anything to conquer its freedom.
The young nation and the venerable monarchy.
Yes.
And it was up to the man who had discovered electricity to electrify both ends of the world.
We must also pay tribute to our friend Lafayette, who found the right words to persuade the Americans to send a delegation to the king in order to obtain concrete help for their independence.
And the king's positive response can only be a decisive support in their struggle. Although it is said that France has already been providing material aid to the insurgent for several months.
Diplomacy is a subtle art. Like music, it's all about timing. You have to play your part to the right rhythm. The insurgents needed our help. Now the king has confirmed what they already knew.
And how do you see the future? I have a feeling that the sea battle will be crucial. Could you say a few words to the king?
I agree with your analysis. The insurgents' war of independence for their land must first require maritime supremacy. The king's navy has a decisive role to play, and I know it will answer the call.
But, my friend, don't you think we've gone a little too far? Some people think the insurgents are simply rebels, a lost cause.
You can tell them they're wrong. Believe me, dear Duke, centuries from now, we'll still be talking about those insurgents who, fighting for their freedom, built a country. And that in appealing to France, they found not only support, but friendship, which I'm sure we'll see the two sides of the Atlantic come to each other's aid in the hardest of time.
My dear friends,
My friend?
thank you.